Hola Española to the second best game about the Napoleonic Wars, Napoleon Total War. First game obviously being March of the Eagles. Hey, how is it going everybody? It is me, Isora Productions, talking to my gravy babies today, letting you know that today is going to be your day. Unless it's not and you've fallen over into a puddle and after stepping in dog poop, well, it's actually probably not your day, but it could be worse. You could be Napoleon. Like 200 years old and dead. Just realized on this computer, I haven't done any of the campaigns. Time for a speed run. Yes, Italy, home of the spaghetti. Oh, and the bolognese. Okay, so the red is everyone that hates me, and the white is me. You know the old saying, it was at that point the Austrians knew they messed up? Well, it was exactly at that point the Austrians knew they messed the hell up. Yeah, imagine getting blown up by the French as the Austrians and your only, you know, backup is, some Italians. There we go, another victory for the knee-high fence. After beating the Sardinians into the next oblivion, I have now taken Milan and we are moving closer and closer to the Austrian homeland. Of course, being the nice, beneficial overlord that I am, that I love all the Italian people, I've even gone ahead and built a factory here immediately so they can all work for a slave wage and build me some baguetti. Napoleon is a very hungry man and this army needs to get to Russia at some point, and we all know how that's gonna go if it's not properly equipped. Well, this is an interesting battle. They're just standing there as I repeatedly shoot them in the horse behind. I mean, the cannons are just here too, and I've run out of ammunition. We're just sort of peacefully agreeing not to do much at the moment. Anyone want to have a fight or something? Oh, I'm actually tempted just to sit here for the rest of the game. Right, I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm the one to be saying this, but the enemy's right there, sir. Although, to be fair, it does kind of look like their general is currently tripping through the ethereal realm right now, so maybe he doesn't quite understand what's going on. Yeah, this guy is definitely seeing some demons right about now, I imagine. It's kind of weird. They all keep occasionally just like moving their mouth as well. Are they just having a chat? Are we just chatting right now? To be completely honest with you here, leader of Venice, your wig makes you look completely stupid. Now, I also don't want to say this is because of the wig, Venice, but it is 100% because I just don't like the wig. I think I might have just made Napoleon pretty proud in that battle because the majority of the kills were all with my artillery. Oh well, the Great March has come to an end as I have literally, if you can look at this map, snaked my way across Italy, and it's time for the final battle of Klagenfurt. And I'm not even gonna do it. Mission complete, boys. My god. After landing in Klagenfurt, I realized we weren't in Klagenfurt the whole time. We're in Egypt. You've really gonna made yourself a bit of a fool this time around, Napoleon. Oh my god. Camels. Oh well, just trying to have a nice lad's holiday with the entire French armed forces, and look who decides to turn up and ruin my day. I'm not entirely sure what you guys are shooting at, but the enemy is right here. If you could at least get one. They're running away. They're running away. You haven't hit a single one of them. You know, if you're kind of new to the Egyptian campaign in the Napoleonic Wars, don't worry. I don't think a lot of the guys here even had a clue what was going on either. I think it might have been the biggest, like, drunk whim in the entirety of history. I'm just assuming at some point Napoleon was sitting there talking to someone, probably his own horse, to which he said to the horse, why don't we just go invade Egypt? It'll be a fun holiday. It won't be terribly hot, boring, half the army will die, and then the British will blow up the fleet and I'll have to sneak back to France. It'll be fine. It was not fine, and I'm very slowly dying of attrition myself down here, trying to finish off the Mamelukes. There we go, boys. We've got Egypt under our helm, but now, we don't have a fleet, so we're kind of stuck here forever, and I don't really fancy walking all the way through the Ottomans to get home. There is one thing we can do, though. build a fleet and just keep ending the turn until we have it. Oh, we finally managed to make it to Cyprus, and if you can't tell on the horizon, we've been met by a very big welcome force. I get the feeling they're not here to give me tea and crumpets. Although, then again, I'm also not here to give them any tea. I'm here to shoot them with my very big cannons. So that is why I've been in this godforsaken campaign so long. I have become one with the camel riding. Also, funnily enough, the British tradition of just sending in your cavalry blindly is still here to this day, and it'll probably come back to bite them in the behind many more times in history. You know what, dear? I can't think of anything more romantic than taking a balloon ride over Napoleon's battle where he's slaughtering the Arabs. Because I don't think these Ottomans are actually using any actual Turkish troops here today. You best not be taking any pictures up there, though. That's copyright infringement. I'll DMCA take you down on YouTube. God, we can finally get out of this goddamn hellhole, please. God, I don't think I'd ever been this happy to see Napoleonic era Europe before. Okay, so where are we currently situated in the world right about now? That's a lot of red. Hi guys, you poor fellow. That does not look... You should probably let that go. Just shave it. We're gonna do the completely smart thing and try to cross the channel in a paddle boat. This might go terribly. Just gonna make a tactical save beforehand. That was surprisingly easy. The British fleet, too busy looking at the cliffs of Dover. First off, time to plunder Wales for all of its worth. It's actually not worth anything, there's no point. Famous Battle of London when Napoleon landed on the British Isles, but don't worry boys, because this time, I say this time, it never actually happened. Sorry for anyone that's not caught up to that bit of Napoleonic history and I've just spoiled the anime for you. But this time, we have the power of hot air. There you go, and this one's actually worth looting, but it will make the plebs very angry. I was just gonna do it anyway, let's be honest. Just want to point out that my invasion of Italy was nowhere near this neat. Just have so much stuff just sprayed across the continent right now. I'm trying to consolidate it down here in Italy so I can go slap Austria around a bit, but I'm still just finding stuff all around the map. Wait a second. You don't belong there, Russia. I'm not even going to bring Napoleon out for this. We need to let this guy out for a bit. He looks like he might need some air. That's one of another 10 billion people that don't want to kill me anymore. Thanks, Austria. I'm sure you won't stab me in the back at some point. That is awfully inconvenient. Also, the Prussians now. Probably should have seen that one coming. We were also slightly bankrupt, so I did the smart French person thing after realizing that I've already taken out Britain, and I blew up the remainder of the navy we had. That's right, Britain. You can't Trafalgar me if I Trafalgar myself. And of course, Austria immediately rejoined the war against me, which is a bit inconvenient, you know? I can totally relate to why this guy is so bored. This is pretty stressful. I just unleashed the Scottish into the world. Now it's time for the Irish to be unleashed. There you go. Successfully burnt the British Isles to the ground, but unfortunately for us, the British still exist down here in Gibraltar. If you love Gibraltar so much, Britain, why don't you just marry it? Totally goddamn marry it, this goddamn Brits. The British fell for the classic mistake of still not stopping my navy, and it's time to take Gibraltar. I made friends with the Prussians, and now they want me to join the war against the Swiss. I'm gonna say no. Sorry, Frederick. Ah yes, Battle of the Century. Arthur Wellesley versus incredibly depressed hairline man. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty damn good. What else do I do now? Liberation of Warsaw, really? That's what I've got. I've got a better idea. Alright, come on boys. This is the riskiest move we have done. We're going for a holiday. Don't worry, it's not the Middle East again. That's right, boys. Welcome to our new holiday destination, St. Petersburg. And you know, the best part about coming by sea is we don't have to worry about that pesky Russian winter, and you know, we also just didn't invade in winter, and we're already at St. Petersburg, so there's also actually no one in St. Petersburg, so I guess I'll just take it. There's no one. I can just take them all. Oh, that's why I'm facing no Russian resistance. They're in Tyrol. Oh, you know, I did find an actual Russian army in Moscow, though, and that guy has a fishing rod. It's probably the most prepared army in the actual area. I'm going to assume, though, since the Russians have currently taken over the Balkans, that that's probably where their army is, along with the army currently attacking me in Tyrol. Oh, a second. Did the Russians just send out a babushka to fight me? Oh my god, who is vaping on the front lines? Unfortunately, the Russians did take Tyrol in Innsbruck, which means just for fairsy trades, I'll take Moscow off your hand. Oh god, that Russian babushka just got replaced by a guy called Mark. That's how you know it's pretty bad for the Russians. Ah, there we go. The march on Moscow is complete as the cold winds blow through the desolate... Wait, hold on a second. It's August still. It's not quite yet time for winter, please. Not yet. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there. This was just like a random video idea I had for one day. I was just like, I haven't played Napoleon in a while. It's a fun game. The campaigns are a bit different than any other Total War game. They're broken up into different scenarios, but I still enjoyed it very much. Napoleon, I wish had a bit more content to it, but they kind of just left it. Very quickly, actually. Like, I really wish they'd bring back like another game in this sort of era. Just one more time, maybe, because I really liked Empire. I really liked Napoleon, even though the scope's just in Europe, really, and the other campaigns let you go for the Middle East. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you leave a like and the subscribe button, and let me know down below if there are any other Total Wars or scenarios you want to see me do. But until next time, guys, I'll catch you around. Probably in Moscow, where I'm going to be freezing to death soon.